Hey everybody, we're going to go through the Cascade Campground here in just a minute. Wanted to show you a couple other things in the area. Straight ahead from us is Mount Princeton, and just below that, you can't see it with the trees here, is Agnes Vaille Falls. It's a popular hiking trail to a waterfall in the area. It's a pretty easy trail, less than a half-mile round trip. It's a loop now. It used to be an in and out trip, but there was a big rock slide and the trail was damaged. Several people were killed, so they've closed it for a few years and redesigned the trail. Straight in front of us is the Choc Lake campground, which we've got another video for. And up above that, the flat area, is the narrow gauge trail. It's about a 4-mile trail on the old railroad grade. So we're past Choc Lake campground on the left, crossing over Choc Creek. To our left is Choc Lake. It's a small fishing lake. Fishing is really good in the springtime and in the fall, but it's overfished during the summer months and hard to catch any fish there. So right now we are on Chaffee County Road 162. We're about 4 miles up the road from Mount Princeton Hot Springs, which is a really popular hot spring in the area. And we're coming up on the Cascade Falls on Choc Creek. This parking area is a little area where you can park and stop and view the falls. We're going to pull up here and just catch a glimpse of it with the camera we've got mounted. Cascade Campground is just a short walk up from here. If you wanted to walk down from your campsite, you can. We've got Choc Creek on the right. To our left here is the west entrance. Right here is the west entrance to the narrow gauge trail that we just passed. Cascade Campground on the left. I believe that was Site 18 we just passed. It's up against the road. Here we are at Cascade Campground in the St Isabel National Forest. Elevation is just over 9,000 feet. We passed our camp post on the right. Site number 2 was on the left. Site 3 on the right. We just have one loop in this campground. Site 4 on our right. Bear-proof dumpsters on the left. There are bear in the area. Bump there. We'll pull into campsite number 5. Nice and shaded. You could get a pretty good size RV back in here. Restrooms across from Site 5. Site number 6 on the left. Gets a little bit more sun. Site 7 on the right. 8 is on the left. 10 is a pull through on the left. 9 is on the right. We're going to pull through on number 10. Got site 11 and number 12. Site 13 is on the left with some steps down to the fire ring and picnic table. Pulling into site number 14. Another one with steps down to the picnic table and fire ring. Down below that you can see the road for the loop. So a little bit further up the road from here is the historic ghost town of St Elmo. A lot of buildings from the 1800s, late 1880s are still in existence today. Pulling into campsite number 15. Got a little area for your tent back there if you're sleeping in a tent. Next to 15, we've got restrooms. 16 on the left. So last summer we were driving down the road just a quarter mile up the road from this campground, and we saw a bear across the road. And a few years before that we camped here, and there was bear in the area at that time as well. So be sure to store all your food away and don't leave your coolers out in the open. Site 17 on the left. So we've got Mt Antero to our south and Mount Princeton to the north. We're in the Choc Creek Canyon. Choc Creek begins up above St Elmo, above 10,000 feet in elevation, and travels all the way down to the Arkansas River. That was 18 on the right, and we got 19 on the left. I'll show you 19 first. So if you're camping in the area, you can get a day pass at the hot springs at Mount Princeton Hot Springs. It was $18 a day, so you can go down there and get in the hot springs. So they've got shower facility. Alright, so we're turning around the opposite direction now and pulling into site number 18. So this one is up against Chaffee County Road 162. You can see it there just on the other side of the fence. There's an opening in the fence where you can walk out, go across to Choc Creek on the other side. You can hear the sound of the creek from this campsite. And then just down the road where we had driven is where the narrow gauge trail and Cascade Falls are. So besides the Cascade Campground, the Choc Lake Campground that we started nearby, further down towards the hot springs is the Mount Princeton Campground. All three of those are open from middle of May up to mid-September, just shortly after Labor Day. So we just passed the hand water station and site number 20. Got restrooms on the right. And then up just outside of St Elmo is the Iron City Campground. It is located on either side of a county road, so it's never closed off until snow comes in the winter. Got site number 21 in front of us. So if you're looking for a place to camp after the campgrounds close or before they open in the spring, you can go up to Iron City and get a campsite there. I would say probably you get an extra month or two on the dates for Iron City Campground. All right, we are through the loop. We're looking at campsite number 3 in front of us. Passing number 2 on the right, and our camp host is at site number 1 on the left. If you'd like to see more videos of campgrounds in Colorado, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Thanks for watching.
Have a blessed day.
Choc Creek. Right in here is where we had seen the bear last year. So a little further up the road here, we'll end up driving past it, is the entrance to the Mt Antero trailhead. It is one of many off-highway vehicle or OHV trails in the area. You ride that or drive it up to the top of, almost the top of Mt Antero. You get up to 13,800 feet and then hike the last 400 or 500 feet to the summit of Mt Antero. Off that same trail, you also have access to Boulder Mountain, which is about 13,000 feet in elevation. It's a great ride, a lot of switchbacks, and it's got great views of Mt Antero and the road going up to Mt Antero. And then outside of St Elmo, right before you get to St Elmo, there is the road to Hancock, which you can drive that in a two-wheel drive car just fine. But from Hancock on, you need four-wheel drive, and that leads you up Hancock Pass. And from there, you can access Tamichi Pass or go over to Pitkin. And then from Pitkin, you can go to Cumberland Pass. You can probably do that in a two-wheel drive vehicle, but you might need a little bit higher clearance. And then over Cumberland Pass, you would get to the town of Tin Cup, and Taylor Park Reservoir is over in that area. And then if you wanted to circle back this direction, you could go over the OHV road from Tin Cup to St Elmo that takes you over Tin Cup Pass. Most of Chaffee County 162 is off limits to ATVs. There is a small section, you just cross Baldwin Creek. There's a small section of 162 that you can ride on near the Mt Antero trailhead. So if you want to go from Mt Antero to St Elmo, you have to backtrack a little bit, go through the town of Alpine, and take the back road through the Iron City Campground and into St Elmo. So you've got hundreds of miles of trail to access from this point. Passing High Lonesome. I believe this was a service station back in the 1930s. From the road to Hancock, a four-wheel drive or a OHV road that you can go on is the road to the Mary Murphy Mine. Passing the turnoff for Chaffee County 292 in the town of Alpine. So right here is the stretch of road where ATVs are allowed on 162. So if you take 292, that last right turn there, that road will take you into St. Elmo. It's the back way into St. Elmo, and ATVs are allowed on that stretch. On our left here is the trailhead for the Mt Antero trail system. That'll lead you up to, besides Mt Antero and Boulder Mountain, you've got access to White Mountain. And if you've ever watched the TV show Prospectors, that is the area where everybody's up there looking for rocks and gems. Stretch of road there in front of the Mt Antero trail system is the unloading zone if you bring your ATV up on a trailer. All the way up through this turnout here, ATVs are allowed. Beyond this point, no ATVs. Straight across on the other mountainside in front of us is an avalanche slide that happened about 2 years ago in the wintertime. I guess it was last year that happened. And just at the bottom of that slide is the Chaffee County Road 292 that leads you into St. Elmo. So the road's been cleared of all the firewood and everything that's slid down. 2,000 feet. There's a general store there for supplies and souvenirs. St Elmo also has a ghost town guest house. It's a bed and breakfast. This road is well maintained in the wintertime. We've come up to St Elmo in the middle of January. We've been up here on New Year's Day before. It's a popular area for snowmobiling as well, snowshoeing. So the road to town is in good shape in the wintertime. Once you get into town and cross Choc Creek, the road to Tin Cup is pretty well blocked. It's got 4 or 5 foot of snow easily, and you will get stuck if you try to go on it. Less than a mile from St Elmo. Straight ahead is the last chance bathroom stop for St Elmo. It's, I think, known as the Grizzly Lot. It's where you can unload your ATVs or air down your Jeep tires. And from here on, you can drive on any of these roads with your ATV. So up and to the left, that is the road to Hancock. Got a marmot running across the road. Look pretty young. So that road on the left, it's 5 miles to the old Hancock town site, and then about a mile beyond that is Hancock Lake. It's a great place to go fishing. From Hancock to Hancock Lake, that last mile does require four-wheel drive. Turnoff for the Iron City Campground is on the right. That's also Chaffee County 292 that takes you to the to Alpine, and that's your route to get to the Mt Antero trailhead if you're riding the ATV. We got Choc Creek on the right. We got another parking and unloading area. St Elmo. On the left, this was the, I believe it was the stables or the blacksmith shop for the old Pawnee Mill back in the 1880s, 1890s. Straight ahead, we've got the Ghost Town Guest House. In the chipmunk feeding area is where everybody is gathered at. There's sunflower seeds and chipmunk food available at the general store across the street. This building on the corner here, actually before that, we've got the road to Tin Cup Pass. That'll take you across Choc Creek. Let's go that way first. So we just crossed over Choc Creek. Straight ahead is the old schoolhouse that's been restored and is open in the summertime. This will be the road to Tin Cup Pass. A lot of old cabins. We've got information on all these cabins on our website on coloradotraveltips.com and details about the history behind the different buildings. And from here on, it's four-wheel drive road. You got a road that goes to some homes on the left, but then the other road straight ahead is your road up to Tin Cup Pass.
And it's very rough.
Straight ahead above this home is Mount Mama, elevation 13,000 something. Alright, crossing back over Choc Creek to the main road. So the building on the right was newly restored this last year. It's the parlor, or the dining area for the old American House Hotel that stood on this corner. Left side is the town hall. On the right side here is the old Home Comfort Hotel. It's also the Stark Brothers house and the old post office for St Elmo. And down here some more old homes. Again, we've got information on all of these on our website, coloradotraveltips.com. In the wintertime, back here, the snow piles up to the bottom of the roof. You could actually just go up there and touch the peak of that home on that pink house. everything through right in here is always open in the wintertime. It's maintained and plowed. Thanks for watching.